Sometimes a secret character will only make you ask, WTF? Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 weirdest unlockable characters in video games.
Final round, fight!
For this list, we'll be taking a look at some of the strangest characters to be placed as an unlockable. This doesn't exactly reflect on their design or personality, but rather their placement in the game's world that makes it weird. These could be characters brought in by business deals, available assets from other intellectual properties, or just, downright weirdness for the sake of it. Number 10, Tofu, Resident Evil 2. Picture this, you finally completed all scenarios under 2.5 hours, 6 times for each mission, flawlessly. Your reward, a playable block of tofu. In the self-parody minigame The Tofu Survivor, you must fight your way through zombies armed only with a knife to locate a helicopter in order to escape the ruined Raccoon City. As absurd as a playable block of tofu is, this mode makes for some interesting gameplay, as the tofu will change colors depending on your health and condition. Hey Capcom, how about putting this into Resident Evil 7? You'll have our money then. Number 9, T-800 Terminator, WWE 2K16. Pre-order me if you want to live. Traditionally, unlockables are included in-game and can be accessed through various methods, the most common being cheat codes or completing parts of the game. This one was unfortunately stuck behind a paywall. I guess that's still unlockable technically. If you pre-ordered WWE 2K16, you'll be given the ability to play as Arnie himself, posing as the Terminator from the original film and T2. We know that the former governor of California has been open about his appreciation of WWE and has even been placed in the WWE Hall of Fame. But come on man, this never felt off to anyone? Nevertheless, at least we got to see Arnie take on John Cena. Cue the memes. Number 8, Mr. Game & Watch, Super Smash Bros. Melee. You fought to hell and back, collecting trophies, defeating new challengers like Dr. Mario and Mewtwo, until you encounter the last challenger. It's a 2D silhouette of a stick figure. Let's be honest, who didn't have a giant question mark above their heads when they unlocked Mr. Game & Watch? While he has become a mainstay in the Smash Bros. Series, it was still odd to find this ancient mascot from Nintendo's old days from producing Game & Watch devices. In combat, he can fling food, drench his enemies in oil, or judge his own hammer strike to launch opponents. Since Melee, we've learned to accept and appreciate his presence, especially since we've seen almost weirder ones like Pac-Man. Number 7, Spud of War, God of War Chains of Olympus. Even the most serious and gritty of games can't take themselves seriously all the time. In God of War Chains of Olympus, beating the game on any difficulty will allow you to play through the game as the Spud of War. Basically, it's Kratos after he attended a bad Halloween party. Strange, yes, but it's hard not to laugh seeing a baked potato slaughtering enemy soldiers and beating the crap out of Greek gods. We also have to give a shout out to the 2 other costumes for Kratos, known as Mick Kratos and the Mime of War. That last one sounds a little contradictory for someone as loud as Kratos. Number 6, Spider-Man, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. This game is legendary for a number of reasons. It improved upon the original formula of the first Pro Skater game, boasted a create a skater option, and featured Spider-Man as a secret character. Yep, you heard right, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man is here to pull some sweet tricks with you, bro. Not exactly the type of game we thought to see the web-slinging hero appear in, but we guess it makes some kind of sense. If you wish to unlock the Marvel icon, it will require some patience and it might prove difficult, as you have to create a skater and complete the game 100% with said skater. So you thought this was out of the ordinary? Pro Skater 3 had Doom Guy, Wolverine, and Darth Maul, so yeah. Number 5, Meat Man, Skate 3. Even though Skate 3 doesn't offer as diverse a cast as the Pro Skater competitors, they still have a couple of characters that seem kind of out of place, like Isaac Clarke from Dead Space. While that one's definitely strange, we have to give it to this steak slab known as Meat Man. In a world of regular humans, it's odd seeing a giant piece of meat roaming around pulling tricks. Have we caught your interest yet? Unlocking this character simply requires you to complete all the missions given by the Hall of Meat, a mode that rewards you with points for injuring yourself as severely as possible. Have fun breaking those bones and try not to cringe. Number 4, Hornet. Fighter's Megamix. Before Fighter's Megamix, cars in fighting games had a purpose of either being part of a special move or being smashed to pieces by the likes of Ryu in Street Fighter. But Fighter's Megamix cranked the weirdness dial from 4 to 100 by adding in Hornet from Daytona, USA. Just seeing screenshots of this makes us question reality. We have to give the sentient vehicle credit though, as it proves to be one of the most unique fighters in the game. Once its hood and armor are knocked off, its engines are exposed and Hornet changes to a different fighting style. It even has a stage dedicated to the Daytona games. But still, like, what? Number 3, a toilet, Saints Row the Third. Is this really any surprise? This is coming from a game that lets you beat people up with a dildo after all. So, a playable toilet is kind of expected. Assuming you've already beaten the campaign, this single costume makes the entire game replayable, making for an interesting Saturday night.
I have had it!
Witnessing a floating toilet with a flapping toilet seat is by far one of the craziest things in Saints Row the Third, and that is saying a lot. Hey, if you want to make it any weirder, just equip that certain phallic weapon we mentioned earlier. Just make sure there aren't any children around when you're playing this, or they're basically ruined. Number 2, Pepsi Man, Fighting Vipers, Japanese version. That's right, you can fight and play as one of the most absurd advertising mascots ever created. In comparison to our other selections on this list, he's probably one of the easiest characters to unlock. Simply lose your first fight. Afterwards, you'll hear the internet famous theme song and will be challenged by a muscular soda man. Despite our love of Pepsi Man, it's still kinda weird seeing a soda mascot in a game filled with martial arts experts. But why else would they fill a game with Pepsi ads in the background? To foreshadow the appearance of the best character in the game, maybe? Well, anyway, let's ponder that over a nice can of Pepsi. Hashtag not sponsored.
Win!
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
What were you thinking?
Number 1, Barney the Dinosaur, Xenophage Alien Bloodsport. He loves you, you love him, I think sometimes, but the constant breaking into song makes us want to tear his heart out, am I right? Thanks to Xenophage, that's a dream come to life. If you fiddle with the game's configurations, the children's TV icon will be available to take your anger out on. That doesn't mean he won't fight back though. If you somehow manage to lose, Xenophage will make you feel really ashamed. Seriously, how embarrassing is it to lose to a purple dinosaur that shoots bloody hearts of love? On the plus side, if you end up playing as Barney, he quickly becomes the most overpowered and broken character in the game. Unleash your love upon your enemies. Do you agree with our list? Which unlockable character did you find the most absurd?
Alpha Team here. Mission accomplished.
For more unlockable top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.